Oh my God, I am so excited, so excited. This is Chaplain Goyan, Creative Director of a divinely inspired revolution called the Healthy Path Forward. This is volume number one, dealing with physical health, and this volume is entitled The Four Muscle Groups. The Four Muscle Groups. Simply, in this first volume, I'm going to be showing you the four muscle groups you and I must keep strong and flexible as we get older. Oh my God, I am so excited, so excited. So, first, you never start working out, pushing, pulling, and lifting without first properly warming up. Warm up stretch is crucial. And I want to make this point here. I'm going to take a minute or so to stress the point that you must warm your muscles up, stretch your body, stretch your joints before you start any workout program. In the interest of time, Chaplain Goyan has already stretched and warmed up. I'm just want to jump in and demonstrate for you the four muscle groups you and I must keep strong and flexible, especially as we get older. But let me just say this. Chaplain Goyan here is the consummate trainer, because I could take these same four muscle groups and take a competitive athlete, say somebody who's even competed in the pros, and I could use these four muscle groups and still train that person to take their game to the next level. He says always these four muscle groups. So whether you are a competitive athlete, I will just ratchet up the intensity to let you take your game to the next level. But if you're like you or me, or everyday people, you still need to keep these four muscle groups strong and flexible. So this is why it's needed for daily living. You want to make sure you maintain your posture and your balance and be able to walk and run. So this is why these four muscle groups now, divinely inspired, these four muscle groups, because again, your longevity, not just quantity of years, but quality of life, is at the heart of God. God is intrigued by your longevity. All right? So, without much more ado, nothing else, I want to jump in now and show you the four muscle groups you and I must keep strong and flexible as we get older. The first muscle group, oh my God. When you're building a house, you start with the foundation. You don't build the roof first and then build the foundation. So this first muscle group is so important that I'm going to take my time with it. The first muscle group you and I must keep strong and flexible as we get older is your posterior chain of muscles. This is a group of muscles that starts at the base of your skull and runs down through your back all the way down through your ankles. It's a chain of muscles, and it's called a posterior chain of muscles because you can see the word posture in it. It's really important as far as posture. So these connected muscles from the base of your skull down through your lats, through the back part of your core, through your glutes, through your hamstring, through your calves, and all the way down to your ankle, these muscles are called the posterior chain of muscles. And this is the number one muscle group the Healthy Path Forward has identified that you must keep strong and flexible as you get older. Very important. It's responsible for walking, running, and balance. You will need those things as you get older. So as you keep these muscle groups strong and flexible, guess what? You will maintain balance, be able to navigate uneven surfaces, and all those things that comes as you get older. So if I had time, I would show you, because Chaplain Goyan now has been working on my posterior chain of muscles. Ever since I started working out, I've been keeping this chain of muscles strong. But over the last 4 years now, I've really gone into the gym to make sure that I'm staying on top of my game. And I could tell, Chaplain Goyan, I still have the bounce in my step because my posterior chain of muscles are strong today. So I want to encourage you. So the first muscle group that you and I must keep strong and flexible as we get older is your posterior chain of muscles, running from the base of your skull, through your lats, through the core, the back part of your core, through your glutes, through your hamstring, and all the way down to your calf. They're connected all the way up. And we must keep them strong and flexible as we get older. So if you keep these muscle groups strong and flexible, you will have no problem now just going down and touching your toe. I'm touching my toe right now, easily going down and touching my toe because my posterior chain of muscles are strong and flexible. Now, I wish I had time to really stay right here because this muscle group is so important. In fact now, if you, I'm going to go over here and get some dumbbells. I'll be right back. Now, if you have a difficult time staying with your workout regimen, this is how important this posterior chain of muscles are. If you have a difficult time sticking to your workout, you're one of those people that come to the gym and then quit after 3 weeks, you're one of those resolutioners that come and quit after 3 weeks, I'm going to show you something. If you go to the gym, this is how crucial this posterior chain of muscles are. If you go to the gym, before you quit, Chaplain Goyan is going to make working out so simple that I've broken this down now to one exercise. One exercise. So if you go to the gym before you quit, just take 45 minutes, you go get some dumbbells and go into a corner of the gym and work your posterior chain of muscles for 45 minutes and then go home, you would have had a complete, total body workout just by working your posterior chain of muscles. So do not quit this year. Do not quit. When you go to the gym, if you get fed up, just get 2 dumbbells. I got some dumbbells here. And just go in a corner and work your posterior chain of muscles for 45 minutes and then go home, and you would have had a total body workout. This is the beautiful thing about this posterior chain of muscles. So let me move on because I have 3 more muscle groups to cover. The signature exercise identified by the Healthy Path Forward to work your posterior chain of muscles is the Romanian deadlift. The Romanian deadlift is the signature exercise identified by our movement, the Healthy Path Forward, as to what you will use. Now, there are other things you can do. You can work the chain in segments and do a lot of things, but the signature exercise, so if you don't know what to do, just follow the muscle group that I'm identifying right now, and just do the signature exercise that I'm showing you, and you would have had a complete, total body workout. So the Romanian deadlift is what I've identified as this signature exercise for our movement. So I like to use this straight bar. You can use dumbbells, but I like to use a straight bar. All you do is you make sure, now, if you are starting out for the first time, please make sure the weight is appropriate for your fitness level. Because you can use no weights at all, just a bar, and still get a good workout with this exercise. But I'm using here 45s on each side. But make sure, let me stress now, if you're following this routine, get the appropriate weight for your fitness level. It's best to start out light and increase the weight than to start out heavy and risk an injury. So get the ideal weight, and I'm stressing that. So here's how the Romanian deadlift is executed. You come up and you have a reverse grip, and you make sure it's even, and then you just lift up. So I'm lifting up the weights now, and the Romanian deadlift is keeping your hamstring and your legs locked and straight. And then when you go down now, you go down as far as you can, of course, and come back up. Now, listen to your body. Again, start out light. I've been doing this for a while now. Start out light and then add on weights. So the Romanian deadlift is executed like this. Now, when you go down, there's a slight little out so that you can feel the tension on your hamstring. You will feel the tension on your hamstring because you are keeping your knees locked and your hamstrings straight. Your knees are straight. It's a deadlift, so if it is accentuated when your knees are locked and straight, and you just simply go down, don't start to come up. Here's a tip. Do not start pulling up until the weight is almost against your shin. When the weight is against your shin, almost against your shin, that's when you come up because you're now in your safety zone. Let me demonstrate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to stop with 5, but the ideal thing to do is to work up to 12 to 15 reps when you do a routine. So I'm stopping at 5, and I want to encourage you that when you start this exercise, just do 5 at a time until you get stronger and get more used to the weights. Now again, you can do the same exercise with dumbbells. And in fact, if you've never done the Romanian deadlift, I encourage you to start with dumbbells. It's the same thing. You're just going down and coming back up. Going down and coming back up. The same exercise, but you're doing it with dumbbells. Come back up, go down, come back up. And again, the key thing, when I go down, my knees are locked, my legs are locked, my feet are straight. When I start to pull, the weight is up almost against my shin before I start to come up. Very, very important. Let me demonstrate again. When I go down, I go out a little bit so I can feel more tension in my hamstring. But when I come up now, the weight is almost at my shin before I start to come up. Very important, because you always want to lift safely, so you don't start to pull up until the weight is almost against your shin, and then you come up because now you're in your safety zone. So that is the Romanian deadlift. You can do it with a straight bar, like this. Straight bar, down and up. Down and up. This exercise, man, one of the reasons why I love this exercise is because I love exercise that when I do it, it's working multiple body parts. Again, I can do it with the dumbbells. I go down, wait until the weight is almost to my shin, then I come up, I go back down, come back up. Now, do not quit this year, because if you do this, get 2 dumbbells, and you go into the corner of the gym, when you feel like you're about to quit and get fed up and say, this workout is not for me, get 2 dumbbells, go in the corner of the gym, and just do some deadlifts for 45 minutes. Deadlifts for 45 minutes. Take your break. Take your break. 12 to 15 again, 40, and then go home. because when you're working your posterior chain of muscles, it's a total body workout. You are working your arms, your triceps. When you go down, let me demonstrate. Because when I go down with these weights, these dumbbells, I'm pretending I'm you. When I go down, I am working my calf, my hamstring, my quads. And when I come up, I'm also working my core. I'm working my triceps and my biceps by the handling of the weights. So when I go down and come back up, I am actually working so many body parts that you would have had a total body workout. So do not quit. Go into a corner of the gym, get 2 dumbbells, and do the Romanian deadlift for 45 minutes, and then go home. It is a total body workout. So that's the number 1 muscle group. Now, this movement focuses on posture. So the Romanian the posterior chain of muscles using the Romanian deadlift, oh my God, you are enhancing your posture. So posture is the focus of this movement. The second muscle group, because watch this now. I'm pretending you're in your 50s or 60s, and you're keeping your muscle group strong and flexible for the first time, and you're trying to get into, make sure that when you get to 80 years old, you still have quantity of years and quality of years still ahead of you. So follow me on this journey. The second muscle group now, because so the posterior chain is to make sure that you have balance, you can walk, you can run. The next muscle group now, your shoulders. Oh my God, you're going to be reaching for things all your life. So you want to keep your shoulders strong. So your chain, next muscle group, your shoulders, which includes your delts. You want to keep this strong and flexible as you get older. You want some muscles, you want some shoulders as you're getting older. Guaranteed. So this will help you to be reaching for things. As you're getting older, you want to be able to still help yourself. So this is why the second muscle groups that the Healthy Path Forward has identified is your shoulders. You must keep it strong and flexible. And for my brothers, like myself, also included, is a wonderful thing to put on even a t-shirt and you still have some shoulders going on. You must. It's not only for, you're doing it for looks, but also you're doing it for health. You're doing it because you want to be able to help yourself way into your 80s and 90s. So your shoulders are the second muscle group identified by this movement. And the signature exercise is this cable crossover machine. I love this machine because if I were building a home gym, one of the first machine I would get is a cable crossover machine. You can pretty much do any exercise. You can even put a bench here and work your chest. But I love this for the cable crossover routine that I have identified as the signature exercise. Now, watch me now. So, I'm 6'2", so you want to position the weight right above your shoulder on each side. So if you look, the weight is right above my shoulder because it's a crossover. When my back is to you, this is the position. And I simply now, I'm going to just do this. Oh my God, this is a beautiful exercise. Just by doing this, there's a slight little tilt because when I tilt slightly, it engages now the top part of my abs. The top part of my abs are engaged with this slight tilt, and the action is simply right to left, left to right, and vice versa. Left to right, right to left. So you come, and this is the action. And let me demonstrate. And again, make sure the weight right here is right above your shoulders, right above your shoulders. So position, so this here, you'll have to position the machine to right above your shoulders. So when you grab, because you're basically grabbing like this on each side. So with a slight tilt now, this is the exercise. You just come, oh my God. I'm telling you, you do this and your shoulders will stay strong and flexible, and you will have good shoulders. So a slight tilt, and I slight tilt, and I slight tilt, and I just going back. Now, it will take some getting used to. So don't be discouraged if you start this and you don't look as fluid as Chaplain Goyan right here, because I've been doing this for a while. But in a week, or less than a week, or even your first trip to the gym, you will master this exercise. And this is the signature exercise of this movement, because when I'm working my chest, my shoulders, I'm also working my biceps, and my triceps are all working as I hit my shoulders. You must keep your shoulders, the second muscle group, your shoulders, strong and flexible. You need your shoulders, because all your life you're going to be reaching for stuff. And when you get to 80, you're still going to be reaching for stuff way into your 90s. So if you keep your shoulders strong and flexible now, then you will have that advantage of your muscles now are used to the work. And so the work will pay off now when you reach 80 years old. Now, the third muscle group. Oh my God, the third muscle group. Again, remember, posture, posture, posture. The third muscle group is actually your core. Oh my God, you must keep your core strong and flexible as you get older. You must keep your core strong and flexible. Now, Chaplain Goyan has a goal. In about 10 to 12 months, I will regain the six-pack I had when I was 30 years old. I'm not far. I'm about 7 pounds away. It's looking decent right now. But I'm in no rush. Systematically over the next 10 months, 10 to 12 months, I'm going to chip away at my abs. But the core now is your entire around here. Now, the reason why your core is important is because the next time you pick up something heavy to carry across a room, I want you to pay attention to how your core tightens as you do that. You need your core. Your core is essential. It connects the top part of your body with the lower part of your body. It's important for posture and balance. So, I'm not saying that you should go after a six-pack like Chaplain Goyan, but if you want to, absolutely, I can help you with that process. But the main reason why you want to keep your core strong and flexible is because you need this for posture and balance. Core is crucial. Now, when you go to the gym, I like this bench. It's a decline bench. You just go and you straddle your legs and you're on a decline, and then you go down and up. I like that decline bench for my ab routine, but many times you go to the gym, there's huge competition for the decline bench. So I want to encourage you now. This is a signature equipment for this movement. Get one of these balls. So this ball here is how you're going to just work on your core without even thinking about it. Oh my God. In between reps, I just sit on this ball right here. I'm sitting on the ball. Let me get in front. So the ball is right here, and I'm just sitting on it. Let me go to the side. I want you to see this ball right here. It's in pretty much every gym. This ball is the signature equipment for the movement. Because in between routines, and especially if there's competition now for the decline bench, you just sit on your ball. Let me give you a better visual. I'm going to move the camera out a little bit. Because this ball here is in pretty much every gym. So you get one. So when you go to the gym now, if the gym is crowded, you get 2 dumbbells and your ball. Because with the dumbbell now, you are going to now do the Romanian deadlift. And then in between, you just sit on your ball and you just rock. So I like to do this because I find that I've been using this ball now for about 6 or 7 months. And my obliques is popping out right now because I sit on this ball when I go to the gym, and this is how I work my abs without even thinking about it. In between sets, especially if there's huge competition now, if there's huge competition for the decline bench and all the other things that you use for your abs, just get your ball, and with your ball now you can just rock like this and do abs root. I'm working my abs right now. I can feel the burn just by me doing this. And then you can get a little creative, go to the side. And when you go to the side, by you trying to balance now and going to the side, you're actually working the side parts of your abs. And so in no time, you'll start to have what's looking like a six-pack just by simply doing this. So this ball here is a signature equipment for our movement because you're going to use this in between reps to just do some ab routine. Right now, just by sitting on the ball, it is forcing you to balance yourself. And just by sitting on the ball and trying to balance yourself, you are working your core. Your core is getting stronger because your core now is forced to move. As you move on the ball, go forward and side to side, and you are having a powerful core exercise by just simply moving around on this ball. And one of the reasons, again, why I love this ball is because there's always huge competition in the gym for the decline bench and all the ab equipment. You have a ball and you're set. So the third muscle group, you cannot neglect your core. We must keep our core strong and flexible as we get older because your core is crucial for posture. Crucial. So that's the third muscle group, your core. And again, if there are other equipment or other ab routine, go ahead and do it. Whatever you're comfortable with, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. The key thing is that you are strengthening your core muscle. That's a key thing. So, number one, your posterior chain of muscles. Number two, your shoulders. Number three, your core. And the last muscle group is your quads. Oh my God. In a beautiful way, when you think about your posterior chain, your core, and your quad, those three alone are crucial for posture. You have to keep your quad strong. Now, the signature exercise that I will not be able to demonstrate here, but I will gladly show it to you if I have you in the gym, is the squat. But I'm going to demonstrate the squat without the weights. I'm pretending like I have the barbell over my shoulder or some dumbbells. And what I will stress now, the importance of technique. Good technique. Feet forward. And I always recommend that when you squat, that you use a bench. Get a bench so that when you come down, you can use the bench now, not just to sit, but the bench is going to help you now with form and posture. So here's how, even without weights now, I'm demonstrating the overhead squat, which is a signature exercise for our movement. The final muscle group are your quads. You must keep your quads. Now, there's a leg extension machine across over there that I could also use. The leg extension machine is a machine you just sit on and you're just doing extensions. So you're just pushing the weight. Usually the weight is to the side. You use the pin and increase the weight, and then you just go like this and strengthen your quad. So you can use a leg extension machine to strengthen your quad, or with proper guidance now, if you've never squat before, you need some help, don't just start squatting. You could look at someone squat properly and then try it yourself with no weights or very light weights. Always remember, start light. Don't start heavy. Start light and then add weights as opposed to starting heavy and risking an injury. So squat now is just simply, I like to use the bench because with this, I'm standing up, feet straight, and as I just tap the bench, I go back up. I'm not really sitting down. I'm just tapping the bench and going back up. And I can already feel it right now in my quads. Right now, I'm feeling it with no weights. So you can even practice with no weights, and you are still strengthening your quads. You're just going down, gently tapping the bench, and then standing back up. So even with weights now, when you get skilled at squatting, even when you have weights, I recommend that you squat with a bench. Use the bench and push it in between the squat rack, and use a bench to help you with your form. Form is important. So, recap. The four muscle groups you and I must keep strong and flexible as we get older. Number one, your posterior chain of muscles. Number two, your shoulders. Number three, your core. Keep it strong. And number four, your quads. Those are the four muscle groups you and I must keep strong and flexible as we get older. So, I'm Chaplain Goyan, the creative director of this revolution called the Healthy Path Forward. I have just identified the four muscle groups you and I must keep strong and flexible. Reach out to me. Let me hear from you. I love your feedback. Email me, chaplaingoyan@gmail.com. Instagram, I'm Chaplain Goyan on Instagram. Let me hear from you. I want to follow your progress. I want to know that you're rocking with me, as we need each other. So I need to hear from you. So chaplaingoyan@gmail.com or Chaplain Goyan on Instagram. And again, the four muscle groups you and I must keep strong and flexible as we get older: your posterior chain of muscles, your shoulders, your core, and your quad. Again, I am so honored. I'm the creative director of this movement called the Healthy Path Forward. Until I see you again, I will always say to you, walk good and treat people good. God bless you.